Hi, my name is Perry July, Retail Store Manager for the H&L Agro Southfield store. Today I will be doing an unboxing and demo of our Hoteche gas sprayer. First, let us talk about the specification of this sprayer. This sprayer has a power output of 2,130 watts and it is fueled by gas, which means there is no need for you to plug into your expensive electricity component. Let us start unboxing. We have all the parts that we need to fully assemble this sprayer. First we have the nozzle, and then we have the ear tube, we have the flex pipe, we have the clamps, we have the two hoses that is the chemical hose, we have the strainer that fit into the tank lid, and we have the tank lid, as well as we have the interior hose that fit inside of the tank. And this piece that hanging down here is basically the handle lever assembly that they use to control the acceleration and the locking off and turning on of the chemical. We will now start to do the assembly of the sprayer. These are the pieces that come with this sprayer. It carries a couple different pieces that will assemble together to give you a complete setup of the sprayer. But first we're going to start inside the chemical tank of the sprayer, which carry two important components in here. It carries two hoses, and this is the hose that attach the strainer and the lid to the tank. And you have another hose inside here, which is this little black piece of hose here. This is the piece of hose that helps push the air into the tank so that it helps to push out the fluid through the air vent. So this little black piece of hose here, you have to ensure that it is attached to this little ring right here inside the blower. This black hose must push onto that ring, or else you're going to have some leakage whenever you start to operate the blower. So once you get that assembled, then next step, you get your strainer. And this is the strainer that you throw the liquid through the strainer at all time. And that is very important, because if you throw the liquid in without the strainer, then you got sediments that will go through the line, and then it will block the fuel jet at the tip of the pump, and you will have problem with the spray coming out. So this hose will push through your strainer here and fit on your inside your tank, just like that. And then you will have your tank lid, which this tank lid, you use this hose again to fit onto the tank lid here to ensure that at all times your strainer is assembled before you throw the liquid inside of the tank. So this hose here will fit onto the tank lid like that, and then you will go, after you throw in your liquid, then you will just go and tighten. And that basically you had completed the setup of the inside of the tank right there. Now we move to the other parts of the assembly process. Now this is what you call your flex hose, and this can swing in any direction, which help you to move the spray nozzle from one section to the other. And this is the first piece which you're gonna get to put on here, but before you do, then there is a clamp inside this bag And this clamp, you put it over the flex hose, and then you push the flex hose over this part, and you push it right up until it literally go over that little notch you have here. So you ensure that it go over and click. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to go over, but ensure that it go over. After you get it over, then you just screw this to tighten. And right away, that is tightened. If it is, you can use this as well to help you to turn this nozzle so you can get it real sturdy and tight that it doesn't move. And the next step is you assemble the ear tube. This is what you call the ear tube, and it comes in two sections, which you assemble just by pushing it on like that and make one turn so that you get it firm and ready. Again, you have another clamp which is gonna hold the ear tube to the flex hose, and at that point you would put on this clamp first, and then you will push in this until you hear it click again. Then you will do the same process of tightening the clamp. And you go screw it along until it is sturdy and firm. Sorry, I make one. And then next you have your what we call the handle lever assembly. And the handle lever assembly is what you use to accelerate the engine, as well as you use it to maneuver the nozzle of the spray pan in terms of blowing it from side to side, which we will demonstrate. So once you remove that screw, then there you go. You just open it and slide it over there, and once you place it on, then you assemble back this screw to hold this part together. Back this part that you are taking now. So basically that would complete the nozzle setup, and this part here now is the final part on the end of the nozzle, which the chemical would blow through this end. So you just go ahead and push. You have two lines, which is the chemical hose, and first you push this side onto this little nozzle here. It's a bit tedious sometimes. You can wrap it around, and then you put the other end onto the fuel, the chemical lock off. Then the shorter one will go at the top, which you put one end here on the end of the tank, and then the other line end would go onto the next side of the chemical lock off here. And there you go. Your sprayer is fully assembled and ready to start. So now we look at the starting up. You had a button which is provided with the sprayer, which gives you the ratio of fuel mixing in terms of gas and oil. And for the Hoteche, it is a ratio of 30 parts of gas to 1 part of oil in terms of mixture. I would recommend though that you use the 90 octane gas and you use 2-stroke oil at all time. Now when you're going to throw in your fuel, this is the fuel tank, you ensure that there's a little strainer here, that this strainer is attached to the fuel tank, or else you will gonna have problem with your carburetor, because any sediment that go in the gas is gonna lodge inside of the carburetor. Okay, after you had finished mix your oil and gas, and you had gas up your fuel, now this is the fuel lock off. It have a little button that turn it on and off, so you ensure that it is in the on position, and when this fuel line is filled up with gas, then basically you're ready to start. Before you start, you go to the nozzle, which is have a button here which is on and off. Ensure that it is in the on position at all time before you start. If it is in the off position, the engine will not start. So you ensure it is in the on position, and you are ready to start. But first, this is an easy start blower mechanism, so it doesn't take a lot of effort to get this sponge started. So all you need to do is hold here so firm, and then you pull on the draw card, and it should start in 1 or 2 pull. For the blower that is brand new, sometimes it takes a little bit longer time to start because the engine is new, so it might not start in one start. So what you have to do, there's a little switch here, so which is a choke switch. So what you do, you put it on choke, which is up. That's when you're gonna start a new blower, and once you pull and you hear the engine kick, then you move it down to the open position. But the blower should not run with the choke on the up position. It should always be on the down position when you're operating the sprayer. So basically, you push it up and you pull the engine crank, you push it down and you go back and you start, and you leave it at that. So we can demonstrate the starting process right now. So you, as I said, you can hold here firm and you can pull, or you can put it on the ground, put your foot onto this part and you can pull. But here we go. They're going to go. You want to lock it off, you just press that button and it is off. After finish using, and you're going to store the blower or the sprayer in your storeroom, I would recommend you turn the fuel lock off, and you start the engine, run it until the gas totally burn out of the fuel line and the carburetor before you store the machine. Reason being, if the gas stay in the carburetor for a long period of time, it might cause blockage inside of the carburetor when the fuel and the gas particle break down. So we recommend that you burn out the gas from the carburetor at all times before you store the sprayer. This sprayer is designed with sturdy strap so that it can fit comfortable on your back. It is a perfect sprayer for all your pest control chemicals and foliar fertilizer, nutrient fertilizer. However, before you use the sprayer, we recommend some safety tips and guidelines that you follow at all times. You use a respirator to prevent any fumes from inhaling, as well as you use a gloves and a plastic protective gloves. As also you wear a water boot, a rubber water boot at all times, so that the chemical will not soak through and get to your skin. Thank you for joining us today for a demo of our Hoteche gas sprayer, perfect for application of nutrient or pest management chemical to your field. I am Perry July. See you next time.